In this video, you are going to learn Kaizen. Topics I am going to discuss are: what is Kaizen? Requirements for Kaizen, PDCA Cycle, Kaizen 5S Framework, advantages of Kaizen, disadvantages of Kaizen, and some examples of Kaizen. Let's start the video. Kaizen is an approach to creating continuous improvement, based on the idea that small, ongoing positive changes can reap significant improvements. The definition of Kaizen comes from two Japanese words, kai meaning change, and zen meaning good. That means change for the better. However, Kaizen has come to mean continuous improvement through its association with lean methodology and principles. The Japanese philosophy was first introduced by Toyota back in the 1980s, and has since been followed by thousands of companies around the world. This lean transformation encourages an improvement culture that gradually increases quality, efficiency, and profitability. Some key objectives of the Kaizen philosophy include quality control, just-in-time delivery, standardized work, the use of efficient equipment, and the elimination of waste. The overall goal of Kaizen is to make minor changes over time, to create improvements within a company. That doesn't mean transformations happen slowly, it simply recognizes that minor changes now can have huge impacts in the future. Improvements can come from any employee. The idea is that everyone has a stake in the company's success, and everyone should strive, at all times, to help make the business model better. Requirements for Kaizen. Japanese ideas of Kaizen follow 5 basic tenets: teamwork, personal discipline, improved morale, quality, and suggestions for improvement. These 5 tenets lead to 3 major outcomes: elimination of waste, good housekeeping, and standardization. Ideally, Kaizen becomes so implanted in a company's culture that it eventually becomes natural to employees. Employees must strive to evolve constantly. The basic principle of Kaizen is that people who perform certain tasks and activities are the most knowledgeable about that task. Including them to effect change is the best strategy for improvement. PDCA Cycle. Improvement generally follows the PDCA cycle, which stands for plan, do, check, act. The plan fraction includes mapping out the changes, so that everyone knows what to expect when teams try to solve a problem. The do function means implementing the best solution to solve the problem. The check step involves evaluating the solution to the problem, to see if it worked. When the company performs the act, it determines whether the solution should become a company standard, or if it needs further changes. If managers decide to implement more changes, Kaizen goes back to the plan step, and the process starts over. Kaizen 5S Framework. A 5S framework is a critical part of the Kaizen system, and establishes an ideal physical workplace. The 5S focus on creating visual order, organization, cleanliness and standardization to improve profitability, efficiency, service and safety. I have a dedicated video on 5S on my channel. I will provide that video link in the description. Advantages of Kaizen. 1. Kaizen's focus on gradual improvement can create a gentler approach to change in comparison to big efforts that may be left behind, because of their tendency to provoke change resistance and pushback. 2. Kaizen encourages scrutiny of processes, so that mistakes and waste are reduced. 3. With fewer errors, oversight and inspection needs are minimized. 4. Employee morale improves because Kaizen encourages a sense of value and purpose. 5. Teamwork increases as employees think beyond the specific issues of their department. 6. Client focus expands as employees become more aware of customer requirements. Disadvantages of Kaizen. 1. Companies with cultures of territorialism and closed communication may first need to focus on cultural changes to create a receptive environment. 2. Short-term Kaizen events may create a burst of excitement that is shallow and short-lived, and therefore, is not sustained. Examples of Kaizen. Toyota is arguably the most famous for its use of Kaizen, but other companies have successfully used the approach. Here are 2 examples. Lockheed Martin. The aerospace company is a well-known proponent of Kaizen. Lockheed Martin has used the method to successfully reduce manufacturing costs, inventory, and delivery time. Ford Motor Company. When Alan Mulally became CEO of Ford in 2006, the automaker was on the brink of bankruptcy. Mulally used Kaizen to execute one of the most famous corporate turnarounds in history. If you want to read in details and download the PDF, go through the link in the description. If you find the video helpful, give us a like, share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to Education Leaves.